Alright everybody, welcome back, and once I fix the screen a little bit, here we got a match where I pretty much play like crap the entire time through. So we're just going to kind of see how that works out and see exactly what it is I can pull off. So on this very first turn, I really should give him an iron ball while I have a chance because Jolteon's really fast. I would prefer giving it to levitators, but honestly anything faster than Terrakion is worth getting it on. Instead I opted for burn, which I guess isn't terrible, but I don't know, it gives me an option to keep it for later, but if I saw it again I probably would have switched it. Then he brings in Gyarados on the Volt Switch, which is interesting because he just saw me land a Will-O-Wisp. So I would have expected Victini to come in, maybe even Celebi. So now I really don't exactly know what to expect. But I'm going to go for a trick this time because that way I can get an Iron Ball on the Levitator. And here's the Victini that I was expecting. He just wanted me to waste a turn going for Will-O-Wisp again. I don't really understand. Like, the concept that he should have just saved it instead, but whatever. So now this thing's slow as dirt, which is actually really nice, since now I will know that it's not scarfed or anything like that. Like, I'm aware of what's going on with it. I know it's really dirt slow, and that's just fantastic. So it could be worse. I mean, it could be better, I should say, if I had it on one of the Levitators or Jolteon, but I'm still pretty happy with where it ended off. And then he's going for Flame Charge, which is interesting, and I hope to God he goes for another one, because I'm just going to kill it. And thankfully he does. He's at +2 speed now, but because of Iron Ball, that puts him at regular old speed, which is still going to lose to Landorus, because I'm Scarfed. So I'm going to smash him with... I really wanted to go U-turn because it would have been super effective, but I thought maybe a Levitator is going to come in. I'm going to go Stone Edge instead of U-turn. Unbelievably, Celebi came in, to which then it U-turns on me, and it's just... Man, what a crazy turn of events. I really wanted to U-turn there, and at the last moment I picked Stone Edge, and of course it missed. But the miss was irrelevant. It's just, it really frustrated me. Mew comes in, so I know I need to get my Stealth Rock up, as he's got freaking 3 things that are going to just get destroyed by it. He ends up stat boosting up, so I'm like, this isn't good, but thankfully Sturdy, 5th gen did a few things right, and Sturdy is fantastic now. I'm able to wind it away. That's nice and safe. Celebi comes back in, to which I know it's got U-turn, because that's obviously what we've seen it do, and these types of sets potentially don't really run anything else, maybe grass and U-turn if anything, so I have a chance to roost and save myself, but I chicken out and I don't do it. He goes for a U-turn. I probably would have been just fine, and it's really unfortunate. I was predicting maybe if he set up Stealth Rock, because a lot of the U-turners like to have Stealth Rock, and I did switch out, and Skarm was dead anyway, and that would guarantee me to get my U-turn off, I guess. I don't really know. I wasn't thinking properly of this match. This just seemed like one of those matches where I was like playing it at like 2 in the morning or something, and I was really mad, or I don't know. I was screwing up all over the place, and it would... So I U-turn out now, and that'll give me a couple of options to go to. I can go to Blissey, and really that's pretty much my only option. I could go somewhere else, but it just wouldn't be beneficial most likely. So Bliss comes in, and do I go Toxic or S-Toss? I think I go Toxic first, noticing he has no steals. Even if Celebi switches in, it'll still be beneficial. So that's fantastic, I suppose. Synchronize I don't really care about. And now I guess it'll limit how much he wants to boost before he does Baton Pass. And I can go for an S-Toss, or I could go for a Wish. What I really should do is go right to Sableye and just taunt the thing if he does want to keep boosting up. And you see my mouse over there. My mouse over there. But instead I opt for a Wish. Why? I don't know. Third base. I just made this joke multiple videos in a row. Don't care. But, so there's that. I suppose I could protect and give it to Blissey still, but Toxic is racking up on myself, so it's not beneficial. I'm going to go right out to Sableye instead this time, bring that up to full, and hopefully maybe taunt whatever comes in, I guess. I don't quite exactly know how that's going to work. Ow! I survive at 4 hit points, but at least I get back up to full, and at this point now I'm going to taunt him at least, preventing him from going to anywhere else with that +2. I don't exactly know where he would want to go. Dragonite potentially, I guess, but he opts for Psyshock. I guess he predicted Blissey to come back in or something, or I don't really know what he predicted, but that was a bad move on his part. Now that allows me to do whatever the heck I want, as opposed to being forced to recover here. And I'm actually going to Trick. I know it will give him a Life Orb, and it will hurt me 30% more, but I know it won't kill me, and I will get leftovers in the process, which if Sableye is going to stay around long term, he's going to want. So, obviously, like that hurt, I just did an extra 20% damage to myself, but whatever. I do have lefties to mitigate that a little bit. and should I get a chance to get some recovers up, it'll make me in a much better situation long term. And then Dragonite comes in, which is just like, man, I don't understand what you're doing, and of course I miss. Really? It was kind of 50-50 whether I wanted to taunt or Will-O-Wisp, and of course I opted with the move that's going to miss. Because it misses, I'm forced to go for it again at that point. I did see Lefty, so I know it wasn't Lum, so I know it's good for it. And he gets up the second dance instead, which is a big bummer. I could go for a recover at this point and try and survive, but a lot of Dragonites that I've fought so far, once you get them burned, they just keep trying to boost up as much as possible to negate the burn, so to say, and roost off the residual damage that you hit. So I'm taunting him just so he can't DD and roost any more than he already has. And unfortunately he kills me, which at this point I'm in trouble, because even though it is burned, it's got +2, which is going to negate the burn essentially, so we're looking at a +2 speed Dragonite here locked into Outrage. That's not healthy no matter what. So at this point I kind of just have to sacrifice Scarm, which if I wasn't a Herp-Derp earlier in the match, Scarm would be A-okay right now. Unfortunately I'm not, so it's not. That's going to force me to go into Landorus first, get the Intimidate off, then sacrifice Scarm as he hopefully has a 3-turn Outrage, and I can come in with something else to finish it off later. So I'll put it down to +1 with a burn. As I bring in Scarm after that, Scarm is going to die, and then I have to think for a little bit. I don't know why he was thinking right there. I guess he forgot he had to re-click Outrage. There you go. Outrage kills Scarm. Meh, I don't really have much of a choice there. Unfortunately, he gets just 2 turns, so now he can switch out if he so chooses. He could switch moves if he so chooses, and that's what scares me. I could go to Ragnarok and be faster, or no, this Ragnarok's Choice Band. He's not Scarf. Never mind, scratch that. Landorus is my only option. I could potentially be faster. I highly doubt it. I'm not going to be faster, not at all. I'll be able to kill it. Even at that point, the second Intimidate made it just straight up burned at +0. That still hurts. So, geez. Definitely made sacrificing Scarm potentially save Landorus' life though. Anyway, this guy comes back in, and I know I'm faster. However, Hidden Power Ice is not the move of choice on this guy, and it's really just a big. I want to keep Bliss, but I don't think Bliss can take 2 hits. I really don't. Even though it is at about 30%. Terrakion's not going to get it done because it's slower. Latios could, but again, Latios would have to take 2 hits, and he's potentially going to go HP Ice this turn, so I end up having to go to Blissey, despite the fact that I would much rather bring it in safely. Screwing up against Mew and having it take a freaking +2 Psyshock like that did not help whatsoever. Excuse me, sorry. I really just have to hope that it can survive at this point. And it really depends on what he wants to do, and I take a freaking way too long of a time. Come on, X, make the switch. Thank you. Way too long. He goes Hidden Power, and that doesn't hurt nearly as much as I expected. Yes, it's base 70 neutral, and it's a Blissey, but it's still a powerful special attacker with a Life Orb at the same time, so I know I can survive now, so I'm supposed to Wish Up, and what the hell am I doing with Protect? I don't know what the... Obviously, I was thinking that, oh, he'll try a T-Bolt and try and finish me off. No, he's... Oh, very frustrating. He might not even have T-Bolt because he had Volt Switch instead. I absolutely should have wished right there, and I didn't. And now it's just another mind game. Landorus could potentially work if he wants to Dragon Dance. Ragnarok could potentially work if he wants to Dragon Dance and I can trick him into thinking I'm Scarfed, which I'm not. So it's not really a good option. Latios could work if he Waterfalls first, but, and Blissey again. Blissey could work if I don't get killed. I end up deciding to try and sacrifice Blissey and hope for a Toxic. The Toxic hits, which is fantastic. And here I'm predicting him to go for a second DD, predicting me to Protect, and therefore Latios is just going to be my best bet. If he does attack, I'll resist it. If he doesn't attack, he won't kill me in 1 hit, and ouch! That did a little bit more than I was hoping for. It was only +1, it did more than half. So at this point, I'm completely bluffing. He has no idea if I am bluffing or not, but at this point his Gyarados already has the +1 and Toxic and Stealth Rock is up there. So it's not going to get another chance to do anything. So it's in his best interest to stay in and try, and it was unfortunately within my best interest to let it die as well. So that was just, I don't know. I don't know, at least I got the Toxic off, so all the mistakes aside, I was able to scrape away some way to handle this thing. It's low enough now where Toxic will kill it in one more turn, which therefore leaves an obvious turn for me to protect. I will get me 6% more, as his Gyarados will die. Even if he switches out, it will die, and then my Protect is nullified. I could Protect again if I really wanted to, so it's a free kill, I guess. I traded Latios for it for a mistake. Could be worse. I deserve worse, that's for sure. Victini comes in, which I know it's slow as heck. I could Toxic it just to make sure I get something there, but I don't want Toxic to miss, so I end up opting straight for S-Toss for damage. Because it is so slow, I want to make sure I can kill it with anything that I want to throw out. Victini's not necessarily the bulkiest thing in the world, but it's still base 100 all, so it still has some very respectable stats to it, even if you don't invest in them whatsoever. So I just make sure I get 100 damage in there. It should be about 30 to 40, or 30 to 40%, 30%, whatever. Yeah, 30 to 35. 25% if you fully invest, but he's not going to. So anyway, he gets the speed boost. I don't really know why he was bothering for it. Maybe he forgot he was Iron Balled. That's probably what the case was. But I guess it kind of works out because now he's faster than Bliss, so it didn't really change anything. I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of trying to micromanage his own stuff. But now that he lowered his defenses, I could really go to either guy. I could go here and just start X-Scissoring and make sure I can kill Celebi. I could have gone to Landorus and just U-turned and then brought this guy in, just in case. I don't really know why, but I could have. At that point, I really could have gone to either poke, and it looks like I'm going to be able to just barely scrape by. That Jolteon's still a minor concern, depending on what move it has. He's going to bring that in now, I'm assuming, and it could potentially, if it gets a crit with Hidden Power Water or something, I don't know. But he brings in Celebi, which officially ends the game. Celebi is dead, and now I don't care what your Jolteon does. I have a Scarf Landorus with Earthquake for your face. So, thanks for watching, guys. It's nice to pull out a game that I probably don't deserve to pull out. I played like crap. I made at least 6 mistakes. He doesn't even go for a move, for crying out loud. You could have gotten a crit. He doesn't even try. Makes me a little bit perturbed about that, but whatever. I get the W, which at the end of the day is all I care about. So, thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy. Catch you later. Peace.